This is our lecture number 21. Okay, and in this chapter today we will revise the in this lecture today we will revise the chapter elements, the simplest kind of matter. As I have told you yesterday that from this chapter you people need to learn or to read the whole chapter thoroughly, because there are so many objectives and MCQs will be covered from this chapter, and reasons as well. Okay, so let's start from page number 101. Okay, if you have books, please open your books, page 101. We know that matter is all around us, means everything around us is made up of matter. And how the matter is made up of? It is made up of an element. And the elements, they are themselves made up of very small, tiny particles which are called atoms. So elements are the simplest kind of matter, and elements are themselves made up of atoms which are very, very tiny particles which cannot be seen by our naked eye. We should use electron microscope to see them. Okay, elements are made up of atoms, and atoms are so tiny that we cannot see them through our eyes. We use, or scientists, they use electron microscope to see the structure of an atom. And our body is composed of different. Our body is composed of, yes, but slow. Just a minute. Just a minute, Iman.
Now let me know. Yes, Iman, now let me know if my voice is clear. Beta, let me know if the voice is clear. Everyone. Okay, okay, fine. Aisha, Aisha, I can't manage it because from my end I am speaking loudly, or loudest we can say. Please check at your end because everyone else is saying it's clear now. So our body is composed of different elements, like the main elements which are present in our body in sufficient amount are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. You can see as in this picture that our body is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and nitrogen is also present. Okay, but there are several different other elements which are present in our body in the form of minerals. Okay, different minerals which are also elements are present in our body, like we eat sodium with the salt. Sodium is present, iron is present, iodine is present in different proportion or in different percentage. Okay, and the most abundant element in the universe are hydrogen and helium, right? The most abundant element in the universe are hydrogen and helium. Stars are also made up of hydrogen and helium. In this picture, you can see that oxygen is the abundant element on the earth crust. This picture shows the elements in the earth crust. So oxygen is the abundant element in the earth crust. After that, silicon is present in the earth crust with a percentage of 28%. Then aluminum 8.1%, iron 5.0%, calcium 3.6%, sodium 2.8%. Who is opening? Please mute your camera. Who is this? Potassium 2.8%, magnesium 2.1%, and other trace elements 0.8%. Okay, so in short, we can say our body has different elements, but the main elements which are present, if anybody asks you what are the main elements present in our body, you can simply answer them: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and at times nitrogen as well, because nitrogen is used for the making of proteins, right? For the making of amino acids. Now next is periodic table, the periodic table. As we all know that elements are classified in the form of chart or table. Okay, elements are not placed randomly somewhere. They have been classified in the form of table or chart. This is called the periodic table. Okay, the periodic table is suggested or made by, or the elements are classified in the form of periodic table by the scientist Mendeleev. Please remember the name of the scientist is Mendeleev. Okay, this is the name of the scientist Mendeleev. He suggested or classified the elements in the periodic table. Elements have been placed according to their properties. So what Mendeleev did and how he classified the elements, he classified or put the elements in the periodic table according to their properties, right? Each element is represented by a symbol. As we know that every element in the periodic table is placed or is being assigned with the symbol. Symbol is the first letter of the name or first letter, capital or second letter at times. Like you can see in this periodic table that there are several elements which are started with the capital letter, only the single capital letter. Like you can see carbon. Carbon is, its symbol is capital C, no any other word. However, you can see here, look at here, it's Cr. This is another element. So as already carbon is being assigned with the symbol C, that's why another element which is starting from C, it's being assigned with capital C and small the next letter. So if 2-3 elements are starting from the same capital, same first letter, they have been assigned with the second letter as well. Okay, and the horizontal rows means horizontal. We start from the left hand side to the right hand side. This is called the periods. Okay, if we read the periodic table or if we read the elements in the periodic table from our left hand side to our right hand side, okay, this is called the period. Elements in the same period have the same number of energy levels, right? Next is vertical columns. If we read the elements, like we start from helium, He, helium till Tn. Okay, if we read the elements from upward to downward direction in the vertical column or vertically, each column is called group. Okay, each column vertically is called group, each row horizontally is called period. Okay, and if their properties are gradually changing from in periods, their properties are gradually changing from metals to non-metals, and their energy level is also different. And it's also means they have the their energy level is same, but their properties are changing, right? Next is each element in the periodic table is given a number called the atomic number, right? Like here you can see this is carbon, and this is the symbol for carbon. The name of carbon is written, the element, and above the symbol it's a small letter written. This is 6, number 6 is written, and this is called the atomic number. Okay, every element you can see in the periodic table, every element is being assigned with the, every element in the periodic table is being assigned with the symbol and the atomic number. Okay, to differentiate them, okay. And elements are divided into metals and non-metals. Means if we read them from left hand side to right hand side, we can see that in the blue boxes they are metallic elements, they are all metals. In dark pink boxes they are non-metals. Okay, and we have learned the properties of metals and non-metals, and in today in this in this lecture we will learn about them gradually. Okay. No, Iman. Periodic table, if only the symbols and atomic number will be asked, that what are the symbols or what are the atomic numbers, but the whole periodic table cannot be given. Okay. So in this periodic table, the blue boxes, the elements in the blue boxes are all, they are all called metals. And the pink boxes, dark pink boxes, they are non-metals. And in between the metals and non-metals, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 boxes or the 8 elements which are located in between metals and non-metals, and they are called metalloids. And they have the properties in between metals and non-metals. Means metalloids have some properties of metal and some properties of non-metals. Okay. And can anybody tell me which metal is liquid, exists as a liquid at room temperature? Can you name it, please? Name the element. Yes, yes. Good, good, everyone. Good. Keep it up. Now, yes, right. Excellent, Neeram. Now, general properties of metals and non-metals. In this table, we will be learning about the properties of metals and non-metals. First of all, hardness. Metals are hard, non-metals are soft. Density. Metals have high density, non-metals have low density. Luster. Luster means shine, appearance. Okay, so metals are shiny in appearance and non-metals are dull in appearance. We can take one example of metal and one example of non-metal, like carbon, which is a coal, okay, or the pencil lead. It is a non-metal. And or oxygen, we can see oxygen is a non-metal and it's dull in appearance, we cannot see it. However, metal, we can take example of aluminum, or we can take example of iron or silver. They are all shiny in appearance. They have high density and they are hard. However, non-metal like oxygen, like carbon, like sulfur, sulfur and carbon, they exist in powder form. They are soft, have low density, dull in appearance. Ductile. Ductile means can be stretched into wire. Means from them we can make wire. Aluminium, all those metals which are hard, all the metals which are hard, we can make wire from them, like copper, like aluminium, like iron. But we cannot make wires from coal, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. We cannot make wires from them. They are non-ductile. Malleable. Here the property of meaning of malleable is written. Malleable, it is bendable or can be flattened into sheet. Like you can see in this these two pictures, that if we beat them, they can bend into different shapes, or they can be flattened into sheet like form. Like aluminium foil, we commonly use at our homes, aluminium foil, or this metallic piece, it is used by plumbers for joining the two metallic pipes, water pipes or electric pipes or drain pipes. Okay, here the person is hammering, he is flattening the metallic sheet or metallic substance, metals, to make flat sheets. Okay, so malleable can be beaten into sheets. Ductile means can be stretched into a wire. Malleable can be beaten into sheets. So metals can be ductile and malleable, but non-metals, they are non-ductile and non-malleable. Okay. Thermal conductivity, they, all the metals like steel, thermal means heat. Okay, thermal means heat. So thermal conductivity of metal is very high. They are good conductor of heat. Like steel, we make cooking utensils, pots, pans. They are all made up of steel. Why they are made up of steel? Because they have high melting point and they conduct heat well. They are good conductor of heat. If in exams, if it comes, why steel is used for cooking utensils, for making cooking utensils, you can answer that they are good conductor of heat and they have high melting point. Okay, they, if you only write the answer they conduct heat very well or they are a good conductor of heat, your answer is okay. Okay. And non-metals, all the non-metals like We can take example of nitrogen, we can take example of hydrogen, carbon, they are oxygen, they are all poor conductor of heat. They do not allow the heat to pass through them. Electrical conductivity, they are good conductor of electricity. Like copper, we use electric wires in our home. The electric cables are made up of copper because copper is a metal and it has high electrical conductivity. However, all the non-metals, they are poor conductor of electricity, right? Sonorous, when we hit them, they produce, when we hammer them, when we hit them, they produce ringing sound. So all the metals, they are sonorous. All the non-metals, they are non-sonorous. If you try hitting coal, piece of a coal, it does not produce any ringing sound. We cannot hit any gas. We cannot hit any powder non-metals, right? So these are the properties of metals and non-metals, out of which on the basis of which we can differentiate that which substance is metal and which substance is non-metal, right? Ductility, here you can see in this picture, metals can be drawn into thin, fine wires like this. Okay, so this is the property of metals only. On yes, wood is metal. On wood is non-metal. Wood is non-metal. It is dull in appearance. It does not allow the heat and light to pass through it. Okay, it's a non-metal. Now next, this table is given in your book, and this is important with respect to the appearance or thermal conductivity. If you know, here the metals are zinc, aluminum, iron, copper, mercury. There are 5 metals given, examples of 5 different metals, their appearance and their electrical or thermal conductivity. They are all good electrical and thermal conductor. Okay, and their appearance is also different. Like copper, it is reddish brown in color. Mercury, it is silvery liquid. Aluminum, silvery solid. Iron, silvery solid. Zinc, grayish solid. However, non-metal, carbon, if it is present in the powder form, like your pencil lead, it is black solid. But if it is present in the graphite form, it is not in the powder form, it is in the solid form, and at times it is a good conductor of heat, like coal. Okay, coal is used for burning. It is a fuel. It is used as a fuel for burning, or for we use it for to do barbecue. Okay, that's why it is at times it is carbon is categorized at times as a good conductor of heat. Oxygen, colorless gas, poor conductor. Sulfur, yellow powder, poor. Iodine, black crystal, poor conductivity of both heat and electricity. And chlorine, it's a greenish yellow gas. What is the appearance of chlorine? It's a greenish yellow gas. It is a poor conductor of heat and electricity both. All the gases, they cannot conduct heat and electricity. Please remember it. Now, alloys. What are alloys? Please remember, this is very important. Pure metals are usually soft and weak. When we extract them from mine, means from the underground, they are being extracted. When they are extracted, they are very weak and soft. But to make them harder and stronger, we mix different metals and non-metals with them. Like you can see here in this picture, aluminum, it is made up of, when we mix copper and cast iron, aluminum is made. Brass, how do we make brass? By mixing metal sludge and bronze. Likewise, steel, iron and carbon, different iron and carbon, when they are means one metal and one non-metal, when they mix together in the form of alloy, when they are mixed together in a form of a mixture, an alloy is formed, that is called steel. So steel is an example of alloy, right? So we can say that pure metals are usually, they are soft and weak, but for making things harder and strong from them, we mix different metals and non-metals with them. Like here you can see some common types of alloys in this picture. They have shown us that from steel we make different substances. You can look at here, steel is the combination of iron and carbon, one metal and one non-metal. We make this pan something, or this ring, or chain, keys, coins, and scissor, nail, they are all made up of steel. Likewise, bronze, it is a combination of copper and tin. Both are metals, copper and tin. And different, like medals, bronze medals, they are made up of copper. Fans, wires, look at here, wires, they are made up of bronze. Handles of door knobs, they are made up of bronze. Bell, and these decoration pieces, they are made up of bronze. Likewise, brass, it's a mixture of copper, metal, and zinc metal. Both are metals. So these musical instruments and something, these things are made up of brass. Okay, now next is using metals. Now this portion is very, very important. Please focus on it. Why, if it comes in exam, like for reasoning, why copper is used as a water pipe? Because it does not react with water. Why gold is used for making jewelry? Your answer would be because of its shiny appearance. Why steel is used to make cooking pots or cooking utensils? Because it conducts heat well and has high melting point. If you answer it is a good conductor of heat, your answer is also okay. Aluminium, it is used for making aircraft bodies. Why? Because it is light and resists corrosion. Tin is used because it protects the steel from being corroded by the food. Okay, look, the tin cans are made up of steel, but from inside they are being coated with the tin, because tin protects the steel from corrosion or from rusting. Okay, silver, look at here, yesterday I have given you the example of silver, that silver is used to polish the glass so that the mirror is made. Why we use only the silver? Because it reflects light very well, so that our images can be seen in the mirror. So answer for steel, if you write because it is a good conductor of heat, your answer is okay. For silver, it reflects light very well. For gold, why we use gold for making jewelry? For its shiny appearance. Why aluminum is used? Because it is light in weight and resists corrosion. But if you can write only it is light and strong, this is also okay. Why copper is used to make water pipes? See, the water pipes are made up of copper because copper does not react with water. Okay, clear? Class, this portion, these all six are very important. Please mark them important, as I have already asked you to mark it important. Yes, beta, everyone let me know if this is clear, then we will move to the next slide. Yes, all of them, but most important are steel and about silver. Steel and about silver, these are most important, and rest of them are also important. Okay, now next is using non-metals. Now this is your book's page number 106, and in this page we have been given with different non-metals like sulfur. It exists in a powder form. It is used for making insecticides. Next is medicinal drugs. Sulfur is used for making medicinal drugs. It is used for hardening of rubber car tires. Okay. Next is hydrogen. Why it is used as a rocket fuel? Because it is very light in weight. Okay. For making margarine. In margarine, it is used. Who has done this? For making margarine. For filling weather balloons. Weather balloons, the hot air balloons and the rocket fuels are made up of hydrogen because hydrogen is very light in weight. Nitrogen, it is used for the formation of plant and animal proteins. It is also used in the manufacture of fertilizers. Okay, it is used in the manufacture of fertilizers. Next is, it is in the liquid state used as a cooling agent. Okay, it is in the liquid state used as a cooling agent. So nitrogen gas, if anyone asks you, Umema, yes, Umema, do you want to say something, Umema? Why you raised your hand? Okay, in the liquid state, do you know that in our freezer, fridge, AC, which gas is being filled? For cooling purpose, it is nitrogen gas. Okay, it is nitrogen gas because it is a cooling agent. In the liquid form, the nitrogen, though it exists in a gaseous state, but if we convert it into the liquid state, it behaves as a cooling agent. It is used in the home appliances like AC, like fridge, freezer for the cooling purpose. Okay, now next is carbon. Carbon is used for the formation of living tissues. Okay, carbon is used for the formation of living tissues. It is used as a fuel in the coal form. It is used in pencil leads. Okay, it is used in the pencil lead. The lead of our pencil is made up of carbon. So for the formation of living tissues, like the food we eat, it is present in our food, and when we eat the food, they help to grow our tissues, our muscles, tendons. Like we have read in chapter food, our source of energy, that protein is used to repair the damaged tissues, to build the living tissues of our body. Likewise, oxygen is used for respiration. We inhale, everyone, like you people, me, everyone around us, we inhale oxygen gas to live, to respire. Which gas we use to live or which gas we respire? Oxygen gas. Oxygen gas is used for combustion. Combustion means, as I have already told you, it is burning process. A layman means aam aadmi. A layman call it burning. Science student, you people, you call it combustion. Okay, so here you can see in this picture, burning process is going on. This is called combustion. Okay, somebody is burning the paper, and if we light the matchstick, if we burn the coal of paper, wood log, these are all the combustion processes. And this burning process is possible due to the presence of oxygen around us. Okay, next is in oxyacetylene flame for welding. Means in oxygen is used for welding purpose. Oxyacetylene, the flame which is used for welding purpose, this is called oxyacetylene flames. Please remember it. Name can be asked, that name the flame which is used for welding. Write down. I am writing here in the chat box. Please write down somewhere name of the flame which is used for welding purpose. Name of the flame which is used for welding purpose is oxyacetylene flame. Okay, got it everyone? Please take a note of it. Yes, Hania, Iman, Alina Salman, Aiza Hashmi, beta everyone, Iman, Hamdan, Mahat, and Miram, On, Naima, Umar bin Salman, Sameen, Umema. I want each and everyone to reply me if you have taken the note of it. Marked in the book. Okay, fine. Fine. The name, it can be asked, name the flame which is used for welding. So your answer would be oxyacetylene flame. Right? Now next is important points. I have already asked you to mark. Please, those who haven't marked, please mark in your books. Page number 105. This is very important. Copper, aluminium, silver. Why silver is used? Silver reflects light. Silver reflects light. Steel conducts heat very well, or we can see that it allows the heat to pass through it. So we can say that steel is a good conductor of heat. Okay, copper does not react with water. Silver reflects light. Aluminium is used to make aircraft body because it is light and resist corrosion. Okay. Now reinforcement question. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 questions are being shown on the screen. Please look at them. If you know the answer, I hope that everybody knows the answer now. Please start writing the answers one by one by the time I am taking your attendance. Yes, start writing the answer, everyone. Question. Yes. The smallest particle of an element. Yes, on yes, Sarah. Oxygen. Yes. An atom is a tiny particle. Okay. Why steel is used for making cooking utensils? Answer this question. Why steel is used for making cooking utensils? Which is the most abundant element in the earth crust? Which is the most abundant element in the earth crust? Oxygen. Good, Sarah. Others, what about the others? Yes, Iman. Yes, hydrogen and helium. Right. Where the oxygen is. What is an alloy? What is an alloy? Can anybody write the answer of what is an alloy? Yes, because you said it's not a good conductor of electricity. It's a good conductor of heat. We are not using steel for making electrical wires. We are using it for making our cooking utensils, our pots, in which we heat them. So your answer would be it's a good conductor of heat. Yes. Why silver is used for making mirror? Yes, why silver is used for making mirror? Please capture the screen. Please capture the screen so that capture the screen so that later on you will revise it. These questions are important. Capture the screen, everyone. Take the screenshot of these questions. These are very important. Okay, now I'm changing the slide. Yes, good, Miriam. Yes, fill in the blanks. Dash does not react with water. Which does not react with water? Quickly answer them. Aluminium does not. No. Not aluminium. Dash does not react with water. Copper, yes, Yusera. Metallic elements, yes. Iman, Aiza Hashmi, excellent beta. Hania, Hania, Hania Amir, Hania Rahim. Please answer it. Metallic elements are solid at room temperature except mercury. We have already discussed it. Dash is used for making jewelry because of its. What do we use for making jewelry? Which element we use for making jewelry because of its? Gold, brass. Miram, because of its dash appearance. कैसी appearance? जल्दी बताइए. Because of its dash appearance, because of its shiny appearance. Yes, that dash had classified the elements in the dash. Who had classified the elements in the dash? Mendeleev. And what would come in this periodic table? Yes, right. Dash is used for the combustion because it helps in burning. Which gas? Which element is used for combustion? Yes, I mean good. Good. Yes. Last, nitrogen is used for making. Nitrogen is used for making fertilizers. The answer of the last one is not. Nitrogen is used for making fertilizers. Yes. So Hema beta, yes, okay. So nitrogen is used for making fertilizers. I'm going to conclude it. All these, I hope that everyone has taken the screenshot, and just after 5 minutes by 9 a.m. after 5 or 10 minutes your after 5 minutes your quiz will be there at your stream. Please attempt the quiz and take the screenshot. Okay, take the screenshot of this video and the quiz as well, because it's very important. Okay, I wish you good luck. Okay, Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz, everyone. Allah Hafiz, beta. Please upload this lecture because I don't take class due to net issue. Yes, so Hema, I'm going to upload it after 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, bye. Allah Hafiz.